Well, since TikTok kept muting me every time I tried to use my green screen sources, we will have to do this the old-fashioned way. Sir, your overly emotional outburst shows that you have both an ignorance and fear of both American history and of firearms themselves. In fact, up until the year 1990, this was pretty well the norm for American educational institutions. They had classes and after-school programs and clubs which taught children how to clean, care for, and respect a deadly tool. Now, the ones in your video show a pretty well harmless BB gun. Though there is actually this pretty odd little correlation between the establishment of firearm-free zones in 1990 and the rise of mass in the recent years, because there are more and more firearm-free zones. And in fact, just 40 years ago, students, faculty, and teachers would be the ones that would post outside of their school should their school be threatened. Now, if you want to look at the year that we have the most complete data for on firearms deaths, the year of 2020, there were 45,222 people that died from firearms. Now, roughly 54% of those were people that self-inflicted. And that leaves just over 20,000 that were intentional homicides, accidents, etc. Now, roughly 0.008% of those people, or 38 people, were from mass. So those are the overwhelming minority. And accidental deaths accounted for roughly 1 to 2%, or around 450 persons. Now, if we had these types of courses back in schools and not just in extracurricular programs like scouting, that number for accidental deaths would be significantly lower. But by you making this video, you show that you fear what you do not understand, something you have not encountered nor are you familiar with. And the fact that you haven't encountered it, or at least tried to learn more about it, really shows the disingenuous nature of your argument, because that's a sport. It's an extracurricular activity, and it goes beyond just children. If psychology tells us anything, it's that humans overly react to things that they are fearful of and do not understand. And I would encourage you to follow the data and to follow the science and look at the history of our country, which shows that this isn't a bad thing whatsoever.